How many of the Sunday school students remembered to get a bulletin today? Can you show me? Who got a bulletin? Thank you. Well, now next time. All right. Do you remember that last week we talked about why the priest does this strange little small entrance? He carries the gospel outside of the altar, and we call it an entrance. It looks like an exit to me, right? Right? Looks like an exit, but it's an entrance because we're remembering that in the ancient church, up until that point, everyone would have been outside. And that entrance, when the priest goes in carrying the gospel saying, "Blessed is the entrance of your saints, O Lord," well, that would have been when everyone came into the church, having been outside or in procession up to that point, right? You remember? We talked about this. It was interesting, more or less. Right. I'm getting a nod. I like nods. Good. So I told you what the priest was saying at that point. All of these beautiful prayers talking about how glorious it is for the people of God to enter the house of the Lord, and how we pray that the angels enter with us so that we may participate together in the worship of God as is right and proper, right? Okay. Now what's happening for the people at this point? What would we expect to hear if we were just coming into church and wondering what's happening today, right? Well, if it's the start of church, who has a favorite TV show? Nobody has a favorite. You can admit it. It's okay to have a favorite TV show. All right. What happens at the beginning of a TV show? What's the first thing that happens? The theme song, right? And that's how you know that it's your favorite TV show and not some other crazy thing that your brother likes to watch, right? Right? There's a special theme song, and they make them catchy on purpose so that you recognize them as soon as you hear. So, would you believe that every Sunday has its own theme song? We don't usually call it that, but when we say apolitikion, that's Greek for theme song, more or less. You're laughing at me. Apolitikion actually means dismissal hymn because it's the last hymn from Vespers. But that means it's the theme song. It's the thing that ends the Vespers service, because what ends your favorite TV show too? The theme song, right? So it's the last hymn of Vespers and the first hymn of Orthodox and of the liturgy. So you hear it and you know what's happening. Now, what is Sunday about? Church, but what more specifically? What is Sunday celebrating? We worship God, but we worship God on every day of the week. Why do we worship on Sunday? What makes Sunday special? The Sabbath day, good guess, but actually, what's Saturday in Greek? Savato. So Saturday is the Sabbath day. It's a good guess, though. What's special about Sunday? It's the day that Jesus resurrected. And that is the theme of Sunday. So when you come into the church on Sunday, those of you who have a bulletin, look on the at the bottom of the first page. After the antiphons, we have antiphon 1, antiphon 2, antiphon 3, and then at the bottom of the page, what does it say? Somebody with it, read to me. What's the hymn, the first of the hymns, not the antiphons, but the hymns? Huh? Well, but further down, the bold text there right at the bottom. But the last bold. Resurrectional apolitikion. That means it's the theme song of the resurrection. Okay, I've lost you all. You're all looking bored. You're all looking bored. Well, here's the basic point. There are 8 hymns for the resurrection. And we go through them in order. One on one Sunday, the second on the next Sunday, the third on the next Sunday, the fourth on the next Sunday, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, the eighth, and then we start again with the first. And this we do all year long, from the first to the 8th and back again, right? And that's the theme song for the Sunday, that resurrectional hymn or theme song, right? Now, if we do these 8 times, or rather every 8 weeks, which means, let me see, what's 52 divided by 8? Who can do some math? 6-ish, thank you. So we hear each of these hymns 6 times a year, maybe a little bit more often, right? We should know them, right? Do any of you recognize this? Anybody? We sang it today. Well, listen. This is why I want you all to get a bulletin. Get a bulletin every Sunday, because most of you are here by the time this is sung, I hope. Get a bulletin, and if you miss it even, study this. Learn these hymns. These are the theme songs. You're not going to know what day it is. You're not going to know which Sunday it is. It is the first Sunday, the third Sunday, the 8th Sunday. Who's going to know unless you recognize the hymn? So learn the hymns. If you're able, and you are all able, take your bulletins home and work on learning the hymns. You don't have to learn them in Greek. You can learn them in English. And if you want to know the tunes, well, then that's even more exciting. The stone had been secured with the seal by the Judeans, right? So we're talking about how the stone that closed Jesus' tomb had a seal on it so they could tell that it wouldn't be rolled away, but it was rolled away anyway. Even though there was a guard of soldiers watching the body of the Lord, he rose on the 3rd day and he grants life to the world. And because he grants life to the world, all the angels, the powers of heaven, cry to you, cry to the Lord, who is the giver of life, and they say, glory to your resurrection, glory to your kingdom, glory to everything that you do, because you are the only one who loves mankind, right? It's interesting. Or maybe not, but if you put some interest into it, it will become interesting, right? Right? Okay. I think I lost you all today. But remember, Sunday has a theme song, and it may not be as interesting as Happy Days Are Here Again, right? I don't even know what that is the theme song to, but there's something there, and if you study it, if you learn it, then you'll recognize it, and hey, then you'll have something to watch for when you come to church. And that's not a bad thing, is it? Good. All right. Thank you all. It's time to go to Sunday school.
Amen.